what are my predictions for the upcoming event. Fuck, that hurts. I shouldn't do this. I put myself in the position where I have to rank them. That's so dumb. I don't know why I do that. Yo guys, it's me, Martin from New Generation Kite. And today I have a little bit of a different video for you. We're gonna look to the next competition that's probably going down. The Red Bull King of the Air Qualifier here in Tarifa, Spain. Which riders are competing and what are my predictions for the upcoming event. The Red Bull organization has a couple of events coming up now, and the winner of each of those events gets a ticket for Red Bull King of the Air. It's super cool actually. It's like a world tour, but from Red Bull itself. Can't wait. The event is going down between the 10th and the 30th of September, and the forecast is looking very, very promising for the 14th of September and the days ahead. Like 14 until 18, 19, we get up to 40 knots of wind here in Tarifa, proper levante, and also some proper swell is in the forecast, which means that the spot will work at its finest with an onshore wave and offshore wind. The guys will get a lot of hang time and will have a lot of line tension to pull doubles or maybe even triple kite loops. I can't wait for it. Let's have a look on the list of the 18 riders over here. You will see a lot of familiar names and also some newcomers are coming up. So my plan is just to put them into some tiers. I don't want to call anybody good or bad. It's just my prediction, and we put them in 5 tiers. We have the crown, the finals, semifinals, quarterfinals, and then the riders that got a surprise, at least me or us, to make it higher into the event. So yeah, let's start at the bottom of the list. Gil Vlucht. In the moment he's actually injured, but I think he's on a very good way of rehab. I'm just curious how much training, like proper kite training, he will get in before the competition. For now, let's say he's competing. It's his home spot. He's probably the rider with the most balneario experience in the whole competition. If he competes, he feels 100%, and if he feels 100%, he goes straight to the finals. Parker Sage, that's a hard one. I love Parker, and he won full power Pro 2 division. He is super talented. He goes mostly for single loops, but now I think he also trained double loops. He can make it very far. He proved to be good at that spot, at Balneario. He loves it. It's his favorite spot. At least that's what it says at the reading website. Parker Sage, for me, he makes it at least until the semifinals. At least. He's really, really good. Yeah, semifinals for Parker. Luca Cerruti from South Africa. Currently, I think Luca is at the Wind Seekers Festival in Egypt. He will come straight from Egypt, from very, very constant wind to Balneario. Very, very inconsistent wind, very hard conditions. Luca, one of the best riders in the fleet for sure. Regarding his last events where he was unlucky, why he might make it into the semifinals as well. Oh, hard call. Luca semifinals? I give him quarterfinals for now. Let's see. Maybe I change later. Luca, I'm backing you for sure. Next off, we got Nathan Texier, French rider, pretty young. I remember Nathan always threw down some of the biggest tricks in his heat. Crazy technical and crazy big, but he was missing out on the landings. And I'm not sure if he will land in this event, because that's what it's all about. He throws down the biggest tricks already, which can score super, super high. And now he's just got to stick them. For me, he needs to surprise me. His landings need to surprise me. You got to surprise me, Nathan. Yeah. I will not make myself any friends doing this. Next off, we got Koen van Dijk from Holland. Oh my gosh. Is he gonna take the crown? Eventually. Koen, like one of the biggest names in the fleet. He's fit. He was training in Madagascar. He should be at his top form. Yeah, he will be a contender for the win, 100%. For now, I'll put him in the final. Let's see. Final for sure. Next off, we go with Valentin Hondoro. I saw Valentin training. He is fucking good. Fuck. Valentin is crazy. He learned so many tricks this year. He told me himself. It just was like this and he could do 5 new tricks. And he goes for back roll board off rotations, front roll board off rotations with any kind of kite loop. Doesn't matter. He's really, really, really technical. And he goes immensely high. We saw that in full power. He was going one of the highest of all of them. Valentin can go super far in this event. I will now give him quarterfinals because that's what I expect from him. Just what I've seen is he's so good. He is really, really good. Yeah. Valentin, backing you as well, of course. Backing all of the guys. Luca Lütke, a friend of mine. And Luca doesn't have the big competition experience yet. He is for sure going to be a bit nervous. And he can just surprise all of us because the only event he did was Full Power Pro 2. Well, he was doing double kite loops there all the time. He even put double kite loop laid backs on the table. I'm gonna put him in the surprise tag. Can't wait to see him sending it properly. Next up, we go with Yücel Paralik. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I'm just not good at pronunciation. Yücel is from Cyprus. Yücel is pretty famous for short line loops, and I haven't seen anything else from him. He's putting these kites in positions where they shouldn't be put into. And if he's gonna bring down some super loops into this event, super loops where the kite almost touches the water, I'm totally in for it. And for me, I really want to see what these tricks score because we never had a proper score on a super loop yet. So please, Yücel, put the kite low and surprise all of us. Marius Sanchez, a rider from France, a read-in rider. I haven't seen him compete in a long time. I think he did a Cold Hawaii a couple of years ago. Marius is really good. He was training here in Tarifa just a week ago. He was pretty nice and technical. He did kite loop board of rotations in both directions. He's got the tricks. Yeah, I mean, I expect him to go at least into the quarterfinals, if not higher. So put it down, Marius, and you're gonna go far in this event for sure. The thing is, all of these riders have the talent to perform and to go into the final. All of them. And I put myself in the position where I have to rank them. That's so dumb. I don't know why I do that. Let's just keep going. Zach Adams. Man, Zach Adams, he put down one of the biggest shows in Gran Canaria. Zach Adams is really good. He's really crazy. He doesn't care about consequences. He has everything to be one of the best kiters in the world. Maybe he misses out a bit on experience. At least semifinals for Zach Adams. I put him right there with Parker because in the last comp in Full Power, Parker beat Zach twice. Boah, Zach, yeah. Semifinals at least. Timo Borsema. I'm not sure what we're gonna see from him because he was third place at Cold Hawaii 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And then he was in King of the Air. He was at Megaloop already. So I'm really curious, especially in the Levante, strong wind. I will put him in the gotta surprise tier because I just have no idea what's his level at the moment. How much is he training? I have no idea about that. Next off, we go with Jed Bradshaw. Wow, that's a hard one. Because similar to Yücel, Jet will probably go for short line loops, very short lines, and very low loops, which is pretty cool. But I'm not sure how the judges will score it. Maybe they will score it very high, maybe they will score it very low. At the Full Power event, he was in Pro 2 division, and he was going for these crazy laid backs and also contra front rolls on 8 or 10 meter lines. That was crazy and outstanding. Jet will make it at least into the quarterfinals, but I have no idea if they're gonna score his style of kiting. If they do, he might make it farther because there is nobody who puts the kite lower. Maybe Yücel. Quarterfinals for Jet. Josh Gillett, another South African rider. That's very hard. In the last 2 competitions, Josh got injured in both of them. He sends it until he ends up in the hospital. That's his approach. And this can mean crown, and this can mean not even surviving the first heat. That's so difficult. In Lords of Tram, Josh made it into the semi-finals with a very good performance. In Tarifa Full Power, he made it into the quarterfinals until he got injured. Both of them had probably better fleets in terms of Andrea Principi, Jeremy Burlando was there, Jamie was there, at least in France, and he still managed to make it into the semi-finals. We'll give him semis as well. Josh is back 100%, he'll get into the semifinals. It's my call. Then we go with Karim Mahmoud, Chemo. Going through his Instagram, I see 90% freestyle. He was at the GKA Freestyle World Tour, and now he goes for a big air competition. I'm not sure if it's his first ever big air competition, maybe yes. I saw a couple of tricks which are pretty impressive, mostly done in Blue Lagoon in Egypt, I think. It might be an easier spot than Balneario. Also, there's one clip of Balneario. Wow, that's so hard. Most of the guys in the fleet are mainly focusing on big air, and he is mainly focusing on freestyle. So for me, he has a disadvantage. But he's incredibly talented on a kite, and for sure, he puts a lot of work in. I put him in the Gotta Surprise Me tier, but if he goes all the way to the semifinals, something like this, yeah, I could imagine that as well. Josue San Ferreira, aka Baby Shark. Baby Shark is currently injured and not kiting because he was winging and got injured while winging. How is that? One of the best kiters in the world injures while winging. Yeah, winging is murder. You shouldn't do winging. How can I give you the spot you deserve? I mean, if there is no Jamie, if there is no Andrea Principi, if there is no Jeremy Burlando, he's gotta make the finals. I put him there. Finals for Baby Shark, but he has to stop winging. Okay, Beto Gomez. Really hard. Wow. I love Beto. He's a pure heart. Does he have the tricks to compete with Baby Shark, to compete with Lorenzo, Gil, Coan? And I think he does, because he does things nobody else is doing. And this might have a reason. Maybe nobody else can do it. Talking about this revert kind of stuff that he's doing. He has a very unique style of looping the kite, where he stalls the kite forever in front of him. During full power, I got the impression that he really loves Balneario as a spot. At least semifinals for me, because he's got the tricks. So yeah, Beto, make it, bro. Make it. I think we talked about more or less everybody now besides Lorenzo Cassati. And the crown spot is still open. For me, Lorenzo Cassati will for sure go into the final. He even makes it into the final of hydrofoil and strapless competitions. Every King of the Air he's ever attempted, he made it into the final. He made it into the final of Gran Canaria. He made it into the final of Full Power. He made it into the final in France. He will make it into this final. And for me, he is the favorite. For me, clear favorite, Lorenzo Cassati. And the last rider in this fleet is Ismail Hamza from Egypt as well, like Karim. And I heard about him 2 years ago. I think Gil was talking about him as a very, very talented guy. I have absolutely no idea, besides of some Instagram clips, what he is capable of doing. He will surprise me with whatever he's doing. So I'm gonna put him in that Gotta Surprise Me tier. Can't wait to see these young riders perform. Everybody who is in this Gotta Surprise Me tier, I can't wait for it, because these people, they are in the circuit now. So use your chances, guys. And yeah, this is the tier list for the final now. Oh my gosh. Like the video if you had fun, if you found it interesting. Thank you so much. Here is another video of mine about the Gran Canaria event, my first ever movie. Thanks so much. See you soon. Leave a subscribe and a heart for our channel. Ciao guys. It was a pleasure.